It's 68 degrees outside. Alright, everyone. It is 3 o'clock and I'm headed off to class. It's not actually 3 o'clock, it's like 2:42, so I'm not late. But I'm headed to my 3 o'clock class. And so, yeah, I have a meeting at 6 today, but I'm going to do some studying before I leave for my meeting. So I'm looking forward to it. Class is over. I'm headed back to my room, and yeah, everything's doing well. We did like a Garden of Eden after conference with like the students. I'm going down the stairs, so that's why I'm looking down. But yeah, no, so it was really good, and I'm excited. I think we're all doing okay, or at least from what I'm hearing from them, I feel like I'm doing better than them, which is okay. And so, yeah. But yeah, no, so I'm headed to my room, do some studying, eat some spaghetti, which is spaghetti if you don't speak 5-year-old. And so, yeah. Hello, lovelies. I'm back from my meeting. I'm doing some reading, but I've taken a short break to watch some Hogan's Heroes. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, watch Hogan's Heroes, read, watch Hogan's Heroes, read, watch Hogan's Heroes. Because I remembered I have section tomorrow, which really means I need to get all of these readings, the rest of my readings done. So I'm going to try and do that. So, let go! Hola, people! Guess what? It's 9:31 and I'm actually feeling sleepy. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this wave and make my way to sleep, because I'm trying to reconfigure my sleep schedule so I can try and sleep at night. So if I'm sleepy, I'm going to sleep right now. I've done some work, so I did get some work done. Started my study guide, so I'm proud of that. I'll do significantly more of it tomorrow. I'm hoping to also get some information while I'm in class that'll help clarify some things in my mind, because I have like there's sometimes like a particular piece of information that you just need to be able to continue. I'm at one of those things, because it's like an overarching question. So I'm hoping when I get the answer tomorrow, I will just feel, I look really sleepy. I will just feel significantly better about everything. So, on that note, it's time for the quote of the day. And the quote, I'm trying to get it pulled up here on my computer, sorry. So the quote of the day for today is, thus far, women have... One second. I'm sorry we got interrupted. That was my RA. She wanted to know if I wanted to go see orchids on Saturday at 10 to 12. And I told her it depends how much studying I get done tomorrow, especially since I work tomorrow. So we'll see. But the quote of the day today is, thus far, women have been the mere echoes of men. Our laws and constitutions, our creeds and codes, and the customs of social life are all of masculine origin. The true woman is as yet a dream of the future. And that's by Elizabeth Stanton. And so I picked that particular quote for a reason, because I've been doing a lot of studying of the women's rights movement in my Garden of Eden class and in my women, gender and sexuality studies class. And it's been really, really interesting. And one of the things we came across in my Garden of Eden class was the fact that this woman, Elizabeth Katie Stanton, it's kind of been lost in the women's movement. Like, you may have heard her name, but most people know Susan B. Anthony. And actually, Elizabeth Stanton was one of the ones who really, really founded it, because she was one of the delegates to an abolitionist like conference, one of the ones in London, and they wouldn't let women speak, and they couldn't really even sit in the same area as the men. So that really upset her, and that's one of the reasons why she started the movement. And the reason we were reading it in the Garden of Eden class was because she actually wrote this thing called the Women's Bible, and it was super interesting. She basically had the Bible, and they did commentaries on biblical verses, and of course we focused on the Garden of Eden ones. and those that focus in the New Testament about the Garden of Eden. And she basically like blamed the church as an institution for women's subjugation, and she blamed Paul particularly because of what he says in Timothy about women having to be ruled over. So it's super interesting. Like, I'd heard of her, but I didn't really understand all that she had done. And I really didn't understand the role that religion had played in starting the women's movement. Because really, it was basically religion prompted the abolitionist movement, which was basically they decided that slavery was a sin. Um, and my teacher believes it correlates with the fact that there were a lot of end of the world type religious sects coming up. And so they had put the certain time or day or whatever, people do at marking the end of the world, and they had to cleanse the world of its sin before then. And they saw slavery as like a sin or a moral wrong. And so they didn't really care about black people. They just cared about cleansing the world of sin. And other sects of Christianity saw slaves as potential Christians, and slavery was an impediment of them becoming Christians. So there are a lot of moral reasons for abolition, and women were really involved in things that had to do with religion. And so when they got really active in it, and their own I guess inequality, their own oppression became really obvious to them, that then they saw and started to come together and try and fix that. And I thought all of this was really interesting because we really do have the first, like, we have the possibility, we're closer than ever to having the first woman president. And like, I'm really sad that that's been, like, all of that has been downplayed. Like, it really is a big deal that this should be revolutionary. Like, everybody should be fired up about it, and all we can talk about is how much we dislike her. And I mean, I understand, like, I'm a big person against like dynasties, so like we shouldn't be having like Clintons all constantly in office, or Kennedys, or Bushes or whatever. And I get that, like, I do. But like, this should be a big deal, and we're making it into something really, really small. Um and I guess by looking at how far we've come, it kind of makes me a little sad that at this point in time we can't even enjoy the fact that this may be the first female president. Um, so yeah, that's what I have to say on the quote of the day. That kind of spanned a couple hundred years. But yeah, so on that note, I'm signing off. I'm Raven, and this is my Eyeview.